Good morning, fellow food foragers. It's Camille Laveau from Food Foraging Australia, and I've just come down to my local park to show you this incredible plant, which is the Old Man Saltbush. Now, the Old Man Saltbush, or Atriplex Nummularia, gets its name because the plant actually contains very high amounts of salt. Now, if you actually pick one of these leaves, they're quite fleshy, quite small. You can see the shape there. You can just pop it into your mouth and have a taste, and it is actually quite salty. It has a very pleasant saltiness to it. It's not to the point where it's disgusting, but the uses of this plant medicinally are specifically for its ability to replace electrolytes that are lost in the body. Now, electrolytes are salts, and when we sweat, we lose salts and we lose electrolytes. Or if we have conditions such as like a stomach bug where we are having a lot of diarrhea, those excess loss of salt, is what causes the lethargy and that feeling quite horrible when you're unwell. But when we replace the fluid that we've lost and the salt that we've lost, that will help ensure that that lethargy will diminish and you'll start feeling quite better quite quickly. Now, if you are in the bush and you're doing a lot of hiking, you're sweating a lot, you're losing a lot of fluid, it's really important to replace those salts and electrolytes as well as drinking water. Now, the fantastic uses, if you do want to use this plant, what you can do is you can use the leaves fresh by placing them into stews and into food or soups, and that will help increase the salt value of your food. But you can also place the fresh leaves into a bottle of water and to help get your salt that way. You can also dry the leaves, and once they're crispy dry, you can grind them in a mortar and pestle into a powder and then use that as salt, as your salt replacement. Now, as I said, the flavor is very pleasant, so I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at just how nice it tastes. Now, you can also use this plant to create what's known as poor man's Gatorade, which is basically the grinded dried leaf powder, about a teaspoon of that into a glass of water with a tablespoon of honey. Now, when we lose all of those sugars and those salts in the water, that's what's going to lead you to become feeling quite unwell. But by replacing the sugar lost in the honey and the salts that have been lost with something like the Old Man Saltbush, then you're able to replace all of those lost electrolytes, just as you would do when you're drinking something like Gatorade. So there you have it, folks, the Old Man Saltbush. If you do spot it out in the wild, have a taste. It is quite delicious, and you'll be able to recognize it by the silveriness of its stem, as well as the small leaves that look strikingly like a ginkgo biloba, and it's quite small. And I'd definitely recommend growing this in your garden as well, because it is actually very drought tolerant. It normally grows in very dry, arid regions, and its roots are fantastic for preventing erosion. So it's very easy to grow. You can see here it's gone absolutely nuts in the park here. So if you do spot this plant in the wild, folks, give it a try. You will certainly be pleasantly surprised, and thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe for more videos on the herbal uses of plants, and I'll see you guys again in another video. Please like and subscribe, and see you all again. Bye.